everything has been going wrong this weekend. There's no doubt about it. The one thing that has gone right, I am here. I don't know if you've ever seen JFK or LaGuardia, but this is Pearson Airport in Toronto. In JFK and in LaGuardia, you're gonna hear taxis honking. You're gonna hear security guards like, "Move, move, move right now! Get out of the way! Get the f out of the way!" I can just stand here. If somebody was waiting for me, they could just park over there on the side, like that black car over there, or this white car over here. They could just park and chill and wait for me as long as it takes to wait for me, as long as they're not parking excessively, like hours or overnight. But it's chill over here. I like it over here. So, but I hate to have to put this on myself again, but I have to put it on myself. I got to the airport and in New York, I mean, and I got there early. Like I was already checked in. My flight wasn't leaving until 3:35. Check-in said 3:10. So I said, "Oh, I have enough time to sit down and have myself a meal." Now, the meal I wasn't even going to get, but my previous flight was supposed to leave at 11 o'clock in the, not even 11 o'clock, sorry, 6 o'clock in the morning. So before I went to bed, I was prepared to go to bed at 4 and be up at 6. Then before I go to bed, I get a message saying, your plane had a mechanical error. So we're not going to be leaving anymore until 3:30 in the afternoon. And I'm like, oh, that's a huge difference. It's like 9 hours after I originally expected to leave. So I got there, I was early. They said, for your inconvenience, we're going to send you a $30 voucher to cover a meal. And I knew that since I'm coming back on the bus, I'm not going to be in LaGuardia Airport for any other reason anytime soon. So this is my last trip of the year. So I said, let me go down. I have a good hour to sit down and just relax. And then from there, I'm going to board my plane. So I get a message at 3 o'clock, but it said boarding is 3:10. I get a message at 3, like the plane is starting to board. I'm like, okay, they're starting to board early. But if anyone knows anything about boarding planes, it was like, I'm not first class, I'm not second class. Yo, I am zone 4. The only time I can remember not being in zone 4 is like a random upgrade that I got, or when I used to use my American Express card to travel. And American Express, if you use their card, they automatically put you at priority boarding. It's not first class, but it's like right after first class. So I was neither of those. So usually, even if they say, oh, first board is at 3:10, you're usually going to wait 10 to 15 minutes before your class is boarding because you're in the last class. So I was like, I could sit here and enjoy my meal. I ate my meal. I went to the bathroom. This guy's gone in a second. Thank you, Ma. This person is gone in a second. So I was eating my meal. I was chilling. Then I said, okay, I have a little time to go to the bathroom. I come out of the bathroom. They're like, paging last passenger, Mark at Boca. And I was like, last passenger? So I quickly ran over there from the bathroom, and I was like, they were waiting. I was the last person who boarded the plane. So if I had not caught that plane, and it's already a 3:30 flight, I don't know if there was going to be another one for me to get on, or if I was going to get here on time, because this event is tomorrow. So this is like the latest I could possibly have been on there. So, but there's a thing called the law of averages that somebody used to tell me. I remember I told somebody 3 different bad things happened to me in a row one time, and they were like, hey man, you're due for an upswing. just by the law of averages. So my upswing was that I actually made it, because if you think of last night, not last night, but Thursday night, I was the last person for the bus, and the guy looked at me and pulled off. This one, they actually called my name and waited for me. So I gotta say that was something that was to my benefit, and I'm thankful for that, because I don't think I could have taken another disappointment at this stage. I was fragile from that first one. So I made it. Flying isn't a disaster. The bus was a disaster. I don't really think I've even missed a flight in my whole flying history. Have I missed a flight? Not because of me. I think a flight has been late and they've had errors with the planes, or that kind of thing, but not like I make it on time and they're there and they just leave me. That was a nightmare. I'm already there. I'm in Canada. I'm already there. So I think that there is a point of me making this. Yeah, I made it. I feel okay, because as you guys know, I've been sick for the last 4 or 5 days, like deathly sick. I've been drinking like antiviral juices. I've been taking Tylenols, lozenges, because I have to MC an event. My ukulele's here with me, right? So I'm going to be playing, I'm going to be singing, playing my saxophone, and hosting and MCing my grandmother's birthday party. So it's not just that I'm here just to be like, hey y'all, I'm here. I have duties and responsibilities to do. I haven't even completely written out everything that I have to say, but I was thinking of it on the plane, and I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but I'm pretty gifted at coming up with speeches at the last minute. Because the thing is, I used to make the speeches. If I knew about it a month in advance, I'd write the speech a month in advance. But my problem is, this guy's too close to the bag. My problem is, I changed my mind so much that even if I wrote it a month in advance, I could think of a whole new thing the day before and throw out the original one and be like, why did I write that? So I am a little better. I can't necessarily say if I attribute that to that I'm actually better, but knowing that I was leaving for this, I was like, an extra dose of Dayquil, some Claritin. When that ran out, I took some Tylenol. I have some Vicks that I have been applying, which I actually need to pull that out of my bag, as a matter of fact, and apply some more. But it's manageable. I might have to do the same regiment tomorrow. The problem is, I was going to take all that stuff with me on the bus, because the bus does not have those regulations of how much liquid you can take with you. And I took the liquid form because I don't like taking the pill form of those Dayquils and NyQuils. And I know my grandmother doesn't like those things, so she's all about her natural remedies. Matter of fact, I might ask her to make one of those natural remedies, even though she would be like, grandson, why didn't you stay home? You're sick. Like, no, grandma, I'm not staying home for your one and only 90th. Like, that's just not good. That was never going to happen. It would take some circumstances where my means, my transportation to get here let me down, but otherwise, there's nothing that was going to stop me from coming here. Improv is my life. Like, some people's brains are wired differently. That's just the facts of the matter. Some people's brains are wired that they need a lot of structure. Like my sister, for an example, is a huge structure person. If she didn't have a whole list that she wrote out on paper, she would have a hard time getting up there and standing up and making a speech for somebody. Me, I'm like, I could have the whole speech up there with me and come up with something totally different. For an example, when I was speaking and doing my tribute for my dad's funeral, I think I wrote a 4-page document. And I believe that if you were to read the document and compare it to what I said when I stood up there, I probably used about 30 to 40% of the document, and 60% is what I just thought of. And it's not because I didn't have enough, it's just because I was thinking of things while I was up there. That's a skill that I got from my dad. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, I have to agree, Charicity. If you are comparing it to how I sounded on Thursday night, God, my congestion was like I can't even breathe. I could barely talk and breathe at the same time. So yeah, I agree with you there. By comparison, it's significantly better, but we're talking about feeling 10, 15% to feeling like 50%. So as it was that day, I don't believe that I would really even stand up there. I gotta be honest. I would hate to do that, but I would have had to tell them sorry. It's not happening. I know my limits. Yeah, I don't. That's why I don't even play about the liquids anymore. I used to try it and be like, "Oh, is this however many ounces?" And then one time I had to throw out a bunch of stuff, and I was like, "Never again." I'm gonna take my little travel toothpaste, and I'm gonna take. I don't even take perfume, and who cares? Take my deodorant. That's it. My coconut oil, not my coconut oil, my castor oil. It's like a small bottle. I took that, but I take things that I know for sure that I can take with me. I don't take chances because I hate having things with me that I might have to throw out. I would start to go on a speech, but then go off on an unrelated tangent. Well, that's y'all watch my lives. I was about to say if you watch my lives, but you all who are on here presently watch my lives. So it's clear that that's what I do with my lives. Matter of fact, I freestyle. I'm not even gonna lie. I freestyle most of my lives at this point. The only lives that I don't freestyle is if I'm doing a challenge recap or like a Big Brother Sunday, Wednesday, Thursday episode recap. But if I'm doing like a live stream update, 100% freestyle. Yeah. If I'm doing just the ones that I do of my daily life, 100% freestyle. Even though I do want to start getting back into making them more structured, because I'm never going to be like a 100% structured person. And when I started off, I was doing that, and it was not getting more viewership because people enjoyed the off-the-cuff version better than the freestyle version, where you hear me a little bit more unfiltered. You do a great job of coming up with what to say. Hi, Dylan. My day is going great. I'm chilling like a villain. I'm waiting for the bus. The bus is arriving at... Let me double check. The bus is arriving in 10 minutes. And that's the bus that's going to take me to the town where my grandmother lives. That is going to be about an hour ride or so. So that means that I should be over there approximately maybe like 7:15, and then from there somebody's gonna pick me up. I'll be at my grandmother's house by like 7:30. We're gonna probably they're gonna offer me some food, but I'm good on food because I actually got that free meal. I got a free meal because I mentioned this in the beginning, but some of you weren't here. My original flight was supposed to be 6:40, 6:30 in the morning. I got an email saying that flight had mechanical failure, so I'm now being transferred to a 3:30 p.m. bus. So they said for your inconvenience, we're going to give you $30 voucher to go get food at one of these following restaurants. So I was not particularly hungry, but the fact of the matter is I'm coming home on the bus, the original bus that I was going to be on, because I wasn't able to cancel that ticket. They told me if I canceled, I'd only get a 20% voucher for one of their next buses. I'm like, yeah, right. So I was like, I just have to spend this here. So I spent nothing on my meal. That was cool. So yeah, so that's why I'm here so late. I was supposed to already have been here by like 11 something in the morning. Like I said, I'm more like my dad. I brought my own camera because something that I have learned, they were being so ambiguous about, oh, we could ask this person, and I'm sure this person could do it, and I'm sure that person could do it. And I was like, once I heard that it's ambiguous, I was like, I'm bringing my own camera, and I'm going to just prop up my camera in the back. It's not going to be the best footage because it's not going to be someone who can move around with the camera, but at least I will be able to see myself. Hamilton, go. Okay, that's it. Alright, y'all. I might try to hop back on afterwards, but I have to go now. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Thank you.